Brings us to item number C, consideration action on agreement with Gwinnett County Tax Commissioner for billing and collection of property taxes and stormwater fees, and authorize the mayor to execute the agreement. Mr. Sanders, you want to give us any background?
This is just a continuation of a beneficial agreement that we have with Gwinnett County to bill our property tax, bill and collect and transfer our property taxes and stormwater fees. A very efficient method of billing with a high collection rate. Basically, as I said, it continues that arrangement, and I would highly recommend that we adopt this intergovernmental agreement.
Anyone have any questions for Mr. Sanders? Do I have a motion to approve the intergovernmental agreement and authorize the mayor to sign?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to affirm the vote to approve the agreement with Gwinnett County Tax Commissioner to bill and collect property taxes and stormwater fees.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Emmanuel. Any further discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. That's 6 in favor. All those opposed, 0 opposed. The motion stands approved. Item number D, consideration action on intergovernmental agreement with Gwinnett County for use of election equipment and authorize the mayor to execute. Is there a motion to authorize this intergovernmental agreement? Well, I'm sorry, Ms. Arnold, do you want to give us any background information?
This is just an agreement for the city to use the memory cards that go on our optical scan machines for the election.
Is there a motion to approve the agreement?
Motion to approve the intergovernmental agreement with Gwinnett County for the use of the election equipment and to authorize the mayor to execute the agreement.
There's a motion by Councilman Howard. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Emmanuel. Any further discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of the motion as stated signify by raising your right hand. That is 6 in favor. All those opposed, 0 opposed. The motion stands approved. E, mayor's nomination and council's confirmation of Kirk Bice to the Snellville Public Arts Commission. At the last council meeting, the council voted to amend the Arts Commission that we have formed to allow 3 people who are non-city residents to serve on the Art Commission. I'm putting forward Kirk Bice as a nominee to the Art Commission tonight. Mr. Bice was one of the original founders of New London Theater. He also is one of the founders of the Southern Community Arts Association that's here in Snellville. Originally, when we formed the Arts Commission, it was the intent for the art jurors and the Southern Community Arts Association to merge and form the Arts Commission. So this is a step in that direction. Is there a motion to confirm Kirk Bice's nomination to the Public Arts Commission?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make the motion and affirm the vote to confirm the appointment of Kurt Bice to serve on the Public Arts Commission.
There is a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Emmanuel. Any further discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor of confirming Kirk Bice to the Snellville Public Arts Commission signify by raising your right hand. That's 6 in favor. All those opposed, that's 0 opposed. The nomination stands confirmed. Next, we have mayor's nomination and council's confirmation of appointment to the Parks and Rec Advisory Board, Post 5. Unfortunately, a couple weeks ago, we received the resignation of Gail Deal, who is a long-serving member of our Parks and Rec Board. She's been an asset to our city for many years and has been the chair of our Parks and Rec Board. Tonight, I put in front of council the nomination of Adam Gillian. Actually, it's Rory Adam Gillian, but he goes by Adam. He is a father of 5, and with 5 children, he uses the park quite frequently. He also runs a soccer association that for many years was run out of Briscoe Park. He is very active in our community and is interested in giving back. Is there a motion to approve the nomination of Rory Adam Gillian?
Madam Chair, I'll make that motion to approve Rory Adam Gillian to the Parks and Recreation Board.
There is a motion by Councilwoman Kraus. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Howard. Any further discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to abstain from this. We just got this information 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. I would like to have the opportunity to talk with people before I vote for them. I don't know this nomination. I don't know the man at all. I don't know whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. An abstention is counted as a vote to approve. I just want to voice my opinion that there should be some form of advance notice when people are nominated.
And Councilman Emanuel, just for clarification, it was sent out this morning. You may have received it this afternoon, but the email was sent out earlier this morning. I understand your point. Any further discussion?
Yes. Well, I also got that later in this, later today as well. We have in the past, had those at least by the time we had our agendas, and we didn't get them, the day of. Did a little checking, talked to Lisa. Not going to penalize the man and not go ahead with the vote tonight, but we still need to, make sure when we do these board appointments that we get the information that gives us time to do the jobs you guys have asked us to do. And we simply cannot do that if we're not afforded that opportunity. So in the future, I would certainly appreciate it, as I'm sure most all of my colleagues will, that we get the information in a timely manner.
Further discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the vote. All those in favor of the confirmation of Rory Adam Gillian signify by raising your right hand. That's 5 in favor. All those opposed, 0 opposed, and 1 abstention. The motion stands approved. Item number G, consideration action on resolution adopting the official colors for the city of Snellville. For those of you that were in our work session, this is something I've been working on for the past couple of months. About a year and a half ago, we had a branding study done by the city of Snellville. We wanted to create a consistent image for our city. However, we have several different logos in our city. We have several different colors that are used in our city, and we actually have more than one city seal. And so for an effort of taking a first step for marketing purposes, I wanted to adopt official colors of the city of Snellville. We have the Brookwood cluster that our school system, that our students go to. We have the South Gwinnett High School cluster that our students go to in the city, and we have the Grayson cluster that our students go to. Grayson and Brookwood High School are Vegas gold. South Gwinnett High School's main color is blue. So it was my intent to adopt those two colors as the official colors of the city of Snellville. Unfortunately, it's not as easy as it sounded. Brookwood is Vegas gold, but South Gwinnett High School has several different shades of blue that they've used over the years. So I'm going to withdraw my sponsorship of this resolution tonight and put it back on the next council agenda. Hopefully we will have an accurate color PMS number for that color that we can put in front of the mayor and council next time. So I apologize for that. That concludes our business, and now for council reports. Councilman Howard.
Thank you. How's everybody? So I got a full house out there. Everybody's good. I guess Erica's got a little picture up there for us. I mentioned the last time I was here that we were going to be installing some watch out for motorcycle signs through the Allstate Insurance Corporation, and this is the installation of that sign that Wednesday. There are 3 others throughout the city. So do we have any other motorcyclists in it? I know of some, but anything we can do to give us an advantage out there, I think is a wonderful thing, and I want to thank Allstate again. This is a group of our wonderful law enforcement folks who are there with us. We certainly appreciate all they do to help keep us safe as well. So help us watch out, and again, we look forward to doing some more things like that. This picture here, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Southeast Gwinnett Co-op. During the summer, they have what they call their Summer of Manna, and basically they take meals, to folks that otherwise may not eat, quite frankly. Ivy Hudson and some of the volunteers down there, they always have a need for food or ways to store it or way to transport it and stuff like that. And so I'm awfully proud of what our city does a lot of times to support the Southeast Co-op. I'm even more proud that Councilmember Emanuel and his wife Kathy have established an opportunity for everybody to give Hunger the boot. And so anytime that we can do that for the Southeast Co-op, just remember they're out there doing the things that sometimes we go to the refrigerator and take for granted. So the Southeast Co-op is a wonderful prize in our community, and we're blessed to have it here. So don't forget about that. Got a little wonderful email this afternoon, and kind of on the heels of the community garden. Anybody been out to the community garden, seen all the creativity out there? Anybody picked anything yet? I think the rabbits have picked some stuff. So I think rabbit stew's on the agenda. Kurt and Gretchen got an email recently from a Cub Scout group. And, when we all sat out there in that big field with 85 of us, and, we are that community. And the Cub Scouts, they want to come out and they want to do some stuff. These are third graders and fourth graders, and they want to understand what that part of this means to our community. And so if you know troops, if you know groups, if you know folks that could share in the experience of our community garden, by all means, make the invitation. Because I truly believe this garden, much like some of the other things in our city, will continue to define us as a community and the community that we really are. And we can work around all the other stuff, but the idea that community garden is going to further enhance us as a community continues every day and every week, and I'm awfully proud of it. So anyway, thank y'all again. It was certainly a loss of Lynn Breck. I know many of us knew her, the Nunley family as well, and of course the folks in Boston. We just got to persevere. So everybody drive safe going home. Thanks.
Councilman Emmanuel.
Want to remind everybody to enjoy Snellville Days coming up. It's been a lot of fun in past years. I'm sure it's going to be as much fun this year. And we have some really great entertainment, so I'd encourage everybody to make plans to attend. And I would like to thank our city manager and Bill Camp for the work they've done on refinancing the bonds. They kind of got off to a slow start, and we were in a meeting, and I remember thinking, we've been talking about this, what does it take? And we finally got going, and I think it's a substantial savings, and that's part of our fiduciary responsibility. And I think that's one of the things that's making this city government work so well, is that we've been keeping an eye on expenses and keeping them down. And you may wonder, what does that mean? Well, what that means to you is lower taxes. And when I ran for office, that was one of my goals, is to keep the taxes low and keep the services high. And I think with hiring Mr. Sanders has been very instrumental in doing that, and all of the other efforts that we've put in have brought that. So when you see your property taxes and you see the Snellville tax and what you get for it, I think it's a hard value to beat. And last week there was a comment made, I'm sure referring to a blog that I had done, and there'll be more coming, so I'd invite you to watch out for it and read it. Have a good night and have a safe ride home.
Councilwoman Kraus. Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Witz.
Let's see. First of all, let's talk about the garden. I had an email last night from Kurt that they have exceeded their expectations for the first year. They had hoped to have 25 beds built and rented, and they're at 31 and counting. So they've exceeded their expectations by 25%. So I congratulate Mr. and Mrs. Schulz and all those out there who have helped fill it. I know Kurt's shaking his head no, because there's a lot of people involved in that, and they all know who they are, and they know I know who they are, and I want to thank all of them. But Kurt is the one that sent me the email, so I'm going to thank Kurt. So if the rest of you want me to thank you, send me an email. That's twits@snellville.org. With the sales of the bricks, let's talk about the monument for a minute. As you know, I'm very dedicated to getting the monument built and lit. Last Sunday, I addressed the Snellville Historical Society, and they were going over the minutes of the meeting that they had in April, and they said that, Mayor Pro Tem Witz was here to discuss the proposed Veterans Memorial. And I'd like to tell you the same thing I told them, that it is no longer a proposed memorial, but it is an imminent memorial. We are very much between what we've donated, what's been donated, the commitments we've received, and the bricks that we've sold. By the end of April, we will be at 50% sales. And that's not counting going into Memorial Day, going into Father's Day. We're going to put a big push on. I think we'll get that. When we get to 75 or 80%, we can start construction. And my goal for that is right after Labor Day, so that we can have it built, ready to unveil on Veterans Day and bring Veterans Day back to the city of Snellville. I'd like to thank all those out there who have helped me with it. You know who you are. All those of you who have bought bricks, and all those of you who have committed for donations. I'd like to also thank Crystal, if she's still here. A couple weeks ago, Crystal started a column on Friday called Stories from the Wall. These are going to be stories. They're going to be every week or every other week of members of our community who our names are going to appear on the wall, and their stories are going to be published on patch. So please look forward to that. And again, I thank Crystal very much for that. I talked to her the other day. Hopefully, when we do our dedication, we'll have all those stories in a little booklet that we'll be able to hand out to people, and then have some here in City Hall, so when people come to visit the memorial, they can have that little booklet to read some of the stories of the people on the wall. Thank you all, and have a good night.
Thank you, Councilman Sabag.
I don't have a report tonight, except that looking forward to seeing everybody at Snellville Days. Start off real bright and early at the parade, and then have a great day at Briscoe Park. Have a good evening.
That concludes the council comments. Now for the mayor's report. Erica, could you pull up the city website? Maybe. I asked for this to be moved back to the top of the website. I know there was a push for Code Red several months ago, but Code Red is more than just a weather warning system. And I think in light of what happened in Boston, we really need to urge everyone to sign up for Code Red. It was with the outpouring of support from residents and citizens and marathon runners that they were able to find the terrorists that were responsible for the Boston bombings. And so Code Red, we talk about weather, but it can be used for so much more than that. And I think the events in Boston, we pray that nothing like that happens on American soil again. But it shows us just how prepared we all need to be here in our country, whether we be a big city like Boston or a smaller city like Snellville. A few months ago, I appointed Councilwoman Kraus and Councilman Sabag, along with Mr. Sanders and Chief Whitehead, and asked them to form an emergency response ad hoc committee. And I know Councilwoman Kraus has been working hard on that and diligently on that. But I think that the happenings over the past 2 weeks have shown us just how much we really do need an emergency response plan. We never know what may happen. It may be something at one of our high schools. It may be a Newtown situation. We pray that we don't ever have to use any of those emergency response plans or the Code Red system, but I think it is important for all of us to sign up for it. And I'm sure most of you in this room have already signed up for Code Red, but we need to do what we can to push it. So please tell your friends, your colleagues. It's free, it's easy to use, and it's now back on the top of our website. Thank you, Erica. I want to congratulate Dan Curry, who is now the newly elected mayor of the city of city of Loganville. I know it was not under the circumstances that he wanted it to occur, but I know that he will lead the city of Loganville well. And so congratulations and good luck to you. The last weekend on Sunday, I had the opportunity to go to Academy Sports for a book signing for Rennie Curran. I played y'all a small clip about Rennie's book that came out. I want to thank Academy Sports for endorsing one of our own and wish Rennie good luck with his book, and encourage all of y'all to go out there and find out about Rennie and giving dreams a second chance. After 9 long months, I'm happy to say that I will be graduating from Leadership Gwinnett next week. It was a lot of work, more work than I thought it would be, but I represented the city of Snellville, and I want to thank y'all for the opportunity for allowing me to do it. We've met a lot of great contacts through the Leadership Gwinnett program that's run by the Gwinnett County Chamber Association, so I'm happy to become a graduate and now an alumni of the Leadership Gwinnett program. And finally, last but not least, Snellville Days. You've heard it a million times, but I'm going to harp on the parade. As chair of the parade, we are very excited. We've been busy the past few days trying to get last-minute touches done. We have Lou Williams as our Grand Marshal, a South Gwinnett High School alumni, and also a guard for the Hawks. We also, I believe, will have the Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders there to march with Lou Williams in the parade. We have some special treats, the Everybody Somebody song that will be playing. We also have the horses and knights from medieval times that will be making special appearances. We have mascots, we have clowns, we have free giveaways, we have floats, we have a fire performer that will be twirling and eating fire, so it's going to be a great time. The parade will start at 10 o'clock and will go from Kmart around down in front of the post office and then back here to City Hall. There will be a VIP grandstand area by City Hall, and that's also where we'll have several performances, special performances. So please come, please bring your family, please spread the word about the parade, and please enjoy yourselves over the Snellville Days weekend. Don't forget to go to the park. I know the park and the Snellville Days Committee have been working hard on the festivities there. So with that, I will conclude my mayor's report and open the floor for public comment. Please remember to sign the sheet and to state your name and address for the record.
My name is Joel Davenport, reside 2211 Pinehurst Road, Snellville. First thing I wanted to mention is something that Councilman Howard touched on, and that is the fact of the feeders in the park, with regards to, like I said, kids will be kids. Yes, I think it's a good idea, but my concern, just as you said, kids being kids, what ingredients are in any of this that one person could have an allergic reaction to. And with that, would that put the city at risk for liability? If somebody did get sick from it, anything to that manner. I understand the reasoning behind them, and such, but, I'm asking if that's something that has even been looked into, considered, or anything to that aspect. Because, to me, that could be a very large liability on the city. That the city really doesn't need. The other thing that I would like to touch on was from the last meeting when there was nominations made, and of course they did pass, but was brought up due to litigation and such as that, that I commend the council, where from my perspective, the public perspective, sitting out here, the council could have very well have stated went the same direction. Since there's pending litigation, we're not going to approve any nominations or anything such as that. As far as the time when it was done, obviously I didn't get an email on it, or know of a time frame, but again, I would think that's something that should occur, with enough time, each council member having the opportunity to speak with the person, anything such as that. And it sort of seems to lean back towards that one direction. It's okay for one, but not for others. So I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again, and that is asking for the mayor immediate resignation as the mayor of Snellville.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
We now have Scotty Key. Okay. We have Buddy Scott.
Hi, I'm Buddy Scott. I live at 2680 Wilshire Terrace in Lawrenceville. I'm actually not a resident of Snellville, but I'm the chairman of the Downtown Development Authority. I own a business in the city of Snellville called eBroadcasters Media Services, and I want to thank the mayor and the council for their vote tonight.
And thank you for being the chair of the DDA. We now have Mr. Blankenship.
Jared S. Blankenship, 2867 Overwood Lane, Snellville 30078. I came to y'all 3-4 months ago under ADA. It seems that some of you, I'm not disappointed because I didn't expect for them to help, but I expect for the city and the council to help, because I think if you go back about a month ago and Bogart, where the handicapped guy with the dog came in and made the paper, and even his lawyer came up and said accommodations. The city of Snellville has not accommodated me since 1985. I think the mayor's got a letter where I got one from the county, which they would accommodate me at my convenience at their meetings. This has not happened since 1985. To me, and personally, I think it's a big discrimination against the handicapped person. I cannot hear. I've told y'all now I cannot hear. I've asked for the minutes to be wrote, and I think it's now time to go to the Department of the Justice, or either somebody here get on the ball and do what they want to and have a meeting with the ADA representative. And if you don't have one, find one or hire one on what the law is and what y'all are supposed to do. Y'all are supposed to accommodate. And that has never been, and I think that would be 27 years if you count the discrimination that this city has done towards me.
Thank you, sir. Any additional public comment?
My name is Marilyn Swinney. I live at 1832 Glenwood Lane, Snellville, Georgia. And I would like to second Joel Davenport's motion. That's all I have to say.
Any additional public comment? Seeing none, during the public hearing of the mayor and city council of Snellville, Georgia, Mayor Couts announced that certain matters should be discussed in a closed session of the meeting and asked council to advise the city with respect to closing the meeting. Council advised the city the following reasons to close the meeting: to authorize negotiations to purchase, dispose of, or lease property, authorize ordering of an appraisal related to the acquisition or disposal of real estate, enter into a contract to purchase, dispose of, or lease property subject to approval in a subsequent public vote, enter into an option to purchase, dispose of, or lease real estate subject to approval in a subsequent public vote, which is excluded from the Open Meetings Act pursuant to OCGA 50-14-3B1C. Upon a motion of Council Member Kraus, seconded by Council Member Howard, the meeting was closed with the following council members and the mayor present and voting. Mayor Couch, yes. Councilman Emmanuel. Councilman Howard. Councilwoman Kraus. Councilman Sabag. Mayor Pro Tem Wentz. With that, we will be in recess and reconvene in the conference room at 8:45. Thank you all for coming out. Have a safe trip home. I don't anticipate any action coming from this executive.